What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm super excited to share today's video with you, but first, if you ever wanted to know what it's like at my house when my wife's not here, this is what it looks like. Shebas everywhere. So let's hit the intro video and then we're gonna get into this vaccine video. Okay, a few things to remember. Number one, I am not a medical professional. I'm just a person who lives with diabetes, and I'm going to share my experience in the state of Texas in the United States on what it was like to get my first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, about a year ago, January 2020, I was playing in a men's basketball league, which is one of my favorite things to do. And gosh, I miss playing basketball 5-on-5. I've not done that since the first week of March 2020, so we're coming up on a year. That's the longest time I've gone without playing 5-on-5 basketball, really since the first time I played. So I'm anxious to get back out there and play once it's all safe. So I was playing and I got hit in the eye, right above the eyebrow with an elbow. This guy elbowed me and it started bleeding, and I took myself out of the game, and I was like, this hurts, blood. I like wiped it up, no problem. After I got home, though, I looked at it and I noticed that my entire eyebrow was cut all the way open. So I needed to get stitches. When I looked up all the places that were available, like urgent cares or hospitals, there was only a hospital or emergency room open. And even though my insurance deductible for emergency room visits is way higher, I had to get the stitches. Well, I got the stitches, no problem. Expensive, but hey, my eye looks normal, and that's what counts. But because of that, my medical history is now on record with the hospital. And Parkland Hospital in Dallas is the public hospital. And so when vaccines were being distributed throughout Texas, Parkland got a big dose of them. And since I already had a profile, which already had my history as a type 1 diabetic on it, because they already had my profile, I was able to go select register for the vaccine. Now, I'm not sure because I haven't seen anybody else's, but with my wife's experience registering for a new profile, she did not get that button. So they released it to existing patients first. It's not clear whether my diabetes had anything to do with my prioritization, but because I am in technically group 1C, as far as Texas classifies it, I felt confident to register for the vaccine, and that I wasn't going to take someone's spot who needed it more than I did. So I got on there and I registered, and ultimately that elbow to the eye and me going to that hospital over another urgent care allowed me to get the vaccine earlier than I would have otherwise. So you never know. Everything happens for a reason. So what this video is going to do is we're going to follow me as I arrive at Ellis Davis Fieldhouse, which is a giant football and basketball facility in Dallas, Texas, and drive my way through to get the vaccine. So let's follow along. Hey guys, I'm currently in line at the Ellis Davis Fieldhouse here in South Dallas. Actually, we're close to where I grew up to get my vaccine. So here we go. Okay, I've now been assigned. You see my V here on the window. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yep, there it is, the V. So I've been assigned to lane 5. My driver's license is on my dashboard. I am confirmed with my appointment. Okay, I'm in line now. So I'm going to continue to update you guys on what happens here in the vaccine. Let's just point you around here. Quite a few people in line today. I'm in lane 5. Okay, so we just had our first move forward. It was about 10 minutes. So been in line about 10 minutes now. We're making some progress. Just chilling in line, waiting on that vaccine. I've been making jokes about the vaccine, but I think it's really important that we talk about not everybody feels the same way about
vaccines. Not everybody feels the same way about COVID. And I look like, my lifestyle is that of an able-bodied person. And I look pretty fit. I like to go travel. I like to go live my best life and do all of those sort of prototypical cliche type of things. But I also live with type 1 diabetes. So I have a risk because of my pre-existing condition. You go look at the data. The data supports that people with diabetes are affected by COVID and die at a much higher percentage than the general population of age groups. So I've been at home. I normally travel a lot. I normally like to go into the office. All of our workers have been working remote. We've been completely remote because it's important to set that example, because I know that there are people with diabetes who are very afraid and have good reason to be. So I'm trying to set an example for people who are able-bodied, for people who live their best life, to think a little bit outside of their own purview, walk in somebody else's shoes for a day, because there are friends of mine who I've been connected with because I'm open about my disability, about my disease, who I have met that have changed my perspective on how we talk about disability and how we talk about diabetes and being affected by it. So I'm here as an example to say, hey, I feel able-bodied. I like my chances if I got COVID, but I'm not going to get it because I'm here to get vaccine, and I've been following my rules. I've been wearing my mask. I've been staying home. I got married in my backyard. I haven't been inside a restaurant in 11 months. And I was looking so forward to having a ball-in wedding and having so much fun, going on a bachelor party, going on a honeymoon. None of those things I've done. I love restaurants. I'm not the most inventive cook. And I feel bad for my wife because she does a lot of the cooking and a lot of the planning around meals, and I don't help much with that. So this has been a big inconvenience to me. It's not my favorite thing to stay home and stay distant, but I'm doing it because there are people who are dying. Over 400,000 people have died of COVID, and many of them have had pre-existing conditions of some kind. So if you have a pre-existing condition and you have felt like you're the only one in your life who is staying home and staying distant, I see you, I hear you, you are valid, and I'm sorry that many of the able-bodied people in this world aren't able to see that. So anyway, I'm getting this vaccine. I'm excited to get it. I'm excited to continue to wear my mask even after I get it, just to set an example, because I think what we've got to do a better job as people who are visible, people who are creating content, is to set a good example for the people who are watching these videos. So I hope that this ends in a positive way on my end. At the same time, I really want to go to the beach and get somewhere warm, or really go on vacation and go on my honeymoon with my wife and kind of disconnect. But until it's safe to do so, I'm fine with staying at home. So get vaccinated. I'm doing it. It's a cool thing to do. Register. Go, every state is different, but do what you can do to get vaccinated so that we can put COVID behind us. Okay, I'm here in line. They just took my ID. I got to keep my mask on because my window's open and there are people walking around and they have masks on as well. So here we go, getting ready for the big moment. A little bit low-key emotional. Just got my card. I haven't been vaccinated yet, but got the card. It's got my name on it. And man, just kind of sitting here reflecting, sitting in the quiet, thinking about everyone that's passed away and thinking about how challenging the last 11 months have been. Just hoping that we can move forward as a whole after enough people get vaccinated, and hopefully people can stay healthy. So just hopeful. So get your vaccine. Okay, at the final stop, looks like this is where the magic happens, so to speak. I'll show you guys. So looks like that's where the nurses come out, and they give us the vaccine. They give us that good stuff. So just waiting my turn now. Looks like I am probably in the next batch. Exciting. Okay, here we are getting vaccinated. She's going to come out. I'm getting the Pfizer vaccine, so she's going to give me my card, and then she's going to give it to me right here in my left arm. So hope you guys are ready for some vaccine content.
A few minutes later.
I'm like twitching my leg. I've had a lot of caffeine. It's amazing. I rarely like sit with no distractions and nothing to do. No music on, no stimulus. I should probably do that more often, to be honest with you.
A few minutes later.
I used to be way better at about meditating, but I think what I learned from it was valuable enough. I think I did over 200 days or so. I don't know, revisionist history at this point, but it was quite a few days, and the benefits are pretty impressive. Just sitting with your thoughts, thinking about your breathing, understanding how to calm down, how to handle stress, how to think through things, all really benefited me. So, highly recommend. Ooh, I see them priming the needle in there. They're priming it. We know what that looks like, don't we, people with diabetes? Giving that little squirt out of the end of that syringe. Here we go. Hello.
What's your name again?
Robert.
How?
Yep.
All right, there you are. All right, so once we're done here, you're going to follow the cones all the way around. There's
Okay.
a parking lot on the left.
Alrighty.
There's an ambulance in that parking lot. We want you to pull in, face the ambulance, and hang out for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Once the 15 minutes is up, you'll be free to go.
Okay.
If you have any trouble with accelerated heart rate, any sort of difficulty breathing, anything like that, honk your horn 3 times, and the medics will help you.
Okay, perfect.
If not, have a great day.
So just wait 15 minutes and then roll.
And I'm going to write it on here for you, so you'll be able to go in at 108.
108.
Yep.
Thanks so much. Okay, well, we're all done here. I had to wait for 15 minutes just to make sure I didn't have any adverse side effects, and I'm feeling good. So back to you, Rob, in the studio.
So there it is, my first vaccine story. I did want to go over my side effects because that is what a lot of people have been asking me about. I have type 1 diabetes, and there have been some people that have said that they've experienced insulin resistance or actually insulin absorption at a higher rate after their first dose of the vaccine. But I didn't report any other symptoms other than a little bit of soreness in my left shoulder. And it honestly wasn't worse than if I had maybe done too many push-ups in a day. It was kind of like feeling like you had worked out. It wasn't a debilitating pain for me. So if you're out there on the fence and you're worried about whether you should get the vaccine because of the side effects, my experience with the first dose was that it wasn't so bad. Now I've heard about the second dose, that the second dose is typically worse and has stronger symptoms that are more closer to what COVID is like, but I will report on those once I get my second vaccine. And I'm due to get my second vaccine on February 17th, so just over 2 weeks from today when I'm recording this video. So I will let you guys know after I get my second dose what my side effects are. Until then, if you're looking for more information, please visit cdc.gov if you live in the United States. I am not a medical expert. I'm just a person with diabetes who wants to share their story. So if you have any questions for me on what it was like to get the vaccine, or if I'm worried about the side effects of the second dose, or why people with type 1 diabetes aren't being prioritized everywhere, I'll answer the questions as best I can. Drop them in the comments. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. Not only am I going to be updating you on round 2, dose 2 of the vaccine, but I'm also going to continue to be creating videos about living with diabetes, even some diabetes basics. So be sure to keep it locked here on the channel. And if you haven't yet, check out the More Than a Diabetic series that I posted earlier in January. It's got some amazing stories. It's about 8 hours of content. So settle in, run in the background while you're working, and check out what it's like to be more than a diabetic with some amazing speakers. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. And 2 weeks from today, just a little bit over 2 weeks, we're going to be doing the second round of the vaccine. Can't wait to share that with you.